Hello everybody, welcome back to lesson 7.2 similar polygons. Today our learning objectives: use the definition of similarity to identify similar polygons, solve problems by using the properties of similar polygons. Now let's start with the definition of similar polygons. Two polygons are similar if and only if all angles are congruent, and that's one, and the sides are proportional. So let's say this is A, B, C, X, Y, Z. We can say that triangle ABC is similar to triangle XYZ if and only if angle A is congruent to angle X and angle B is congruent to angle Y and angle C is congruent to angle Z, and AB over XY equals AC over XZ equals BC over YZ. Okay? This is what we mean by the sides are proportional. So if you divide any two corresponding sides, you're going to get the same number, which is, by the way, the scale factor that we learned about in the dilation. Alright, let's do some exercises. Each pair of polygons is similar. Find the value of x. So if these two polygons are similar, we know that their sides are proportional and their angles are congruent. Now, so we can say, to find the value of x, we can say that x over, what's the side corresponding to x? It's this side, which is 9, equals 8 over, now the side corresponding to 8 is the 12. That means 12x equals 8 times 9. 12x equals 72. Divide by 12. Divide by 12. X equals 6. Okay? Now you have to be careful how you select the corresponding sides. So, for example, this angle, corresponding angle to this is this. So these two sides are corresponding sides. Okay? Now, same thing with here. The 10 is corresponding to this. So we're left with this corresponding to this. Okay? This is the hypotenuse and this is the hypotenuse. Okay, so you have to be very careful when you determine which sides are corresponding sides. Let's move on to the second example. In this case, we have two similar trapezoids, and we want to find the value of x. Okay. Now, so what side is corresponding to x? Right here, x is opposite to the angle with the 4 arcs, which is this one, and this is the corresponding angle. Okay, so this would be the side corresponding to x. So x over 4.5 equals, now this large base corresponds to this large base. Okay, we cannot select this because we don't know this. this is unknown. So we have to select two given corresponding sides. Okay? So x over 4.5 equals 5 over 10. Okay? Now cross multiplication, 10x equals 5 times 4.5. Okay? Which is 5 times 4.5 is 22.5. If I'm not mistaken. Divide by 10. Divide by 10. So x equals 2.25. Alright? And this is our final answer. Let's move on to another exercise. Alright. So for this pair of polygons, similar polygons, we need to find the value of x. Let's identify, first of all, the two corresponding sides. X plus 1. Now, x plus 1 is opposite to the angle with the 4 arcs, which is this one. Now, the corresponding angle to this one is this one. Opposite side to this angle is the 24. So x plus 1 over 24 equals, okay, now we have these two sides are corresponding because they're both opposite to the angle with the 3 arcs here. So 12 over 24. You have to be careful and not, sorry, this is supposed to be 12 over 18. You have to be careful and not write 18 over 12, okay? So these sides should be in the same polygon, and these sides should be in the same polygon. So don't switch them over, okay? Now let's do this. So 18 times, do cross multiplication, times x plus 1 equals 12 times 24. Okay, so 18x plus 18 equals 240, and then 48 is 288. Okay, so 18x equals 288 minus 18, which is 270. Alright, let's find the answer. So x equals 270 over 18, which is 15. And this is our final answer. Let's move on. Alright, now for exercise number 4, we have x plus 15. Which side corresponds to x plus 15? It's the side that's between these two angles, so this would be the side. Over 18 equals, now this side doesn't have a corresponding side, so we're going to have to use these two. 40 over 30. Remember, these two in the same polygon and these two in the same polygon. Alright, so now let's cross multiply. 30 times x plus 15 equals 18 times 40. Okay, So 30x plus 30 times 15 is 450 equals 18 times 40 is 4 times 8 is 72, so 720. So 30x equals 720 minus 450, which is 270. Okay, so 30x equals 270. That means x equals 270 over 30, which is 9. Okay, so x equals 9, and that's our final answer. Now for our last exercise, list all pairs of congruent angles and write a proportion that relates the corresponding sides of each pair of similar polygons. Okay, so if these two polygons are similar, DEF is similar to GHJ. That means all corresponding angles are congruent and all corresponding sides are proportional. So to list the congruent angles, we go by the order. So angle D is congruent to angle G, and angle E is congruent to angle H, and angle F is congruent to angle J. Now for the sides, DE over GH is proportional to DF over GJ, and that's equal to EF over HJ. Alright, and this is what we call the similarity statement. Okay, so if you're given two similar polygons and you're asked to write a similarity statement, you just list all the congruent angles and list all the sides, corresponding sides, okay, of both triangles. Divide each two corresponding sides, and that should equal the same scale for all corresponding sides. Okay, now the scale factor is this. If you can find any two of these, divide them, you'll get the scale factor. Okay, K is the scale factor. And that's it for today's video. Please watch it, subscribe, leave some comments, and do the homework. Stay safe, and see you tomorrow.